Hi, and thank you for coming to check out what this webinar/video is all about. I know I sent you this link, and I'm going to be calling you unless you call me first. So let's get started and let's get right into this. What this is all about. So what I want to discuss right now, I'm going to talk about who I am. I'm going to talk about the outlook for recruiting, and I'm going to talk about using blast text messages because some people say it's the next best thing for recruiting. And I'm going to then talk to you how you could actually get paid for every month just for sharing some of the talents that you gained from headhunting. Very easy. I'm going to show you how you could actually start what's called head farming now, and you get paid for it. And then at the end, I'm going to give you an offer. Share with you an offer where people have said is a no-brainer. We'd say why I'm doing this, and we talk about an opportunity to coach. It's limited. I'm looking for 50 people. And then the last thing I'm going to tell you is why I'm doing this and why I'm bringing a check for $500 to our meeting. So that's what we're going to discuss. My name is Jack Roberts. I've been a recruiter for a long time, been in corporate recruiting and also in the recruiting technology field. Also now did a lot of work in the pharmaceutical industry. I know some of you from the pharmaceutical industry. I saw some names. I'm like, I know you, but we'll talk when we get there. I currently coach small business, medium-sized business owners, and a couple of executives. Right now, what's the economy like? Everybody knows what the economy like. The economy is booming right now. The Fed's raising the outlook constantly. They did it twice this year. The jobs are going up. They just redid the jobs. It's better than ever. More jobs. You saw the last jobs report was almost double what they anticipated. People are ghosting now. Remember for some of you old timers, if you were an old timer, do you ever do when we were looking for IT people during the internet boom? We did we called it a mirror interview. You hold a mirror underneath someone's mouth. If it fogs up, they're hired. It's getting to that. It's that well, and it looks like the experts say it's going to be like this for the next 10 years. So we're in a good situation, right? We have nothing to worry about except ourselves. Well, that's not quite true because you know what? There's technology, and no offense. I understand, technology doesn't have the same thing as personal touch and things that we do. And I agree with that to some spot, but why are these companies, it used to be just Monsterboard, but now you got Monster, Ladders, Career Builder, ZipRecruiter, all kinds of, Indeed, they have all kinds of things. So why those things make money, all of them. And there's tons of them out there. They're all making money. They do work. Well, I do know of one way to keep these guys at bay and to help you become faster at what you do. And it's really, really cool. Now, some people say text messaging just might be what LinkedIn Mail was in 2009. Remember when LinkedIn Mail first came? This is really cool. You get to, what was our LinkedIn? I'm sure you guys have recruiter seats or had at some time. It's expensive. What is it, $800 a month? We had 10 recruiters there. That's $8,000. That's a lot of money. But text messaging just might be what LinkedIn email is. It's a great communication tool. Why? Some people say text messaging is the new email for recruiters. Why? When it comes to recruiting, texting may be the next best thing. Why? Hiring. Here's why you should send an SMS blast, and it tells you why. Big companies are doing it. Okay, and I know a lot of people try to do the free stuff. Hey, I got this text service. Comes with my POS system, or it comes with my CRM system. Don't use it. It cost Men's Warehouse $1.8 million, $16.5 million for Papa John's. You got to be careful with text spamming. It's serious business. So why is everybody going to texting? Why should you text? Why? Just tell me why you should do this. Well, let's figure this out right now. Let me give you a two-question text. Little Freudian slip there. A two-question test. You ready? First question. How many unopened emails do you have on your smartphone right now? I'm going to do this right now with you. Let's see. I have 563 unopened emails on my smartphone right now. How many unopened text messages do you have? I have none. How about you? Yeah, exactly. Why texting? Because, especially when it comes to recruiting, 99% of text messages are read in 60 seconds when it comes to recruiting. So let me ask you a couple more questions. Let's just say you were a merchant, any type of merchant. You're not a recruiter. You own a pizza place, or you own a little bar, restaurant. You have a salon or something like that. Just say you were any type of business owner. Why would any business not want to legally have the cell phone numbers of their customers with their permission to let them know of specials, deals, and any other important information about their business? Now, let me ask you this personally. Why would any recruiter not want to have the cell phone numbers of the best quality candidates in your industry with their permission to let them know about great career opportunities? Why? Of course you would want to do that. Why would any recruiter not want to have the cell phone numbers of hiring managers in your industry with their permission to text them with hot candidates and other important industry information? Think about this. You're working with a new client and they go, well, listen, I'm working with other recruiters who say I got to get this and I need this. I'm looking for XYZ. Well, you have 150 XYZ candidates on your cell phone, on your list. You can, boom, send a message to those 150 candidates who matches jobs. Hey, look what's open here. Maybe one of them is interested or knows somebody. It's just a faster way to communicate. Does that make sense? So what we do is we start teaching you how to use this. But what you need to do when you use texting for recruiting is you start having different codes for all your different jobs. So you might get a list of 5,000 people in your recruiting, in your texting, but like one type of job might only have 4 people. Another one might have 700 people. Does that make sense? Do you understand what I'm saying? So by creating these multiple layers of all different types of things that people could text into, and then you could text all of them if you want to. Say, here's a newsletter I'd like to share with you. And now you're getting people to actually read your newsletter, and you're branding yourself over and over again. Here's a newsletter. Our newsletter's up. Here it is right now. Now you're getting people to actually look at your newsletter and open it up 99% of the time, not 4% or 2% open rate. Does that make sense? Do you understand? We still want you to keep doing the marketing that you're doing, but let's make it better with text messaging. Does that make sense? Well, if you just try it and let us work with you, it will. So that's just one other thing. That's just one thing that you could do with texting. Now, I said we're going to go over a few things here. Let's just talk about coaching and making some extra money by sharing your talents. We call that personal coaching or business or career coaches. Okay, it is one of the fastest growing industries. It just went over $1 billion. And some people say it's even more like $10 billion. It's a very, very fast growing opportunity to get into. As a matter of fact, like I told you, I coach CEOs of small business. So many CEOs have coaches. I actually know one CEO who doesn't, and that's it. But the rest of them I do. Okay. So what is this all about? So it's a possible coaching opportunity, and let's just share what we have. We are doing a major launch in Q1. And we're launching this program. We're sharing about it. Think about this. We're going to be on some major news and television shows. We're doing some major advertising, showing people about, hey, we have an unbelievable opportunity to get some of the best career coaching. Now, these are not just people who took a course. These are people who are in the trenches. All of our career coaches are active headhunters in your industries. Okay, they know what looks good. They know how to interview. They know what you need to say during certain interviews, how to get your job. They know what skills you need to brush up on. These are the people who know what the best of the best looks like and what companies look for. And they're the ones who are going to be coaching you. And what's even better than that is they're going to be coaching you for the price of a Netflix subscription. That's how powerful it is. And we go into more detail about that. That's being launched in Q1. Our coaching staff is booked. We're not accepting any new clients. And every coach that I've ever hired has been a recruiter, because I firmly believe that recruiters are coaching all the time. How many times do you coach candidates on interviews? I mean, we used to make up forms to make sure we go over it with people. You coach all the time. That's why you're so good at it. Now, I have people who are helping me. I have coaches too. Everybody should have a coach. I firmly believe it. My coach are like saying, hey, one guy thinks we're going to have 100,000 people by the end of the summer. But the most conservatively predicted, the most conservative prediction is that we're going to have 10,000 new possible online career coaches within 2 months of launch. So that means by the end of Q2, we should have 10,000 new possible online career coaches. So let's just figure this out, right? We get 10,000 people. That's, right now that means $1,000 for each one of the 50 coaches a month. Okay, now let's just be realistic. Let's really under promise. Let's go really conservative. Instead of saying 10,000, let's say not even half. Let's say a quarter of that, 2,500. Just 2,500 new coaching clients by the end of Q1. Okay, I have 25 coaches. That's perfect. That means 25 coaches. They're going to get $500 a month per coach. That's $6,000 a year. And what do they have to do for that? The responsibility is to have 12 question and answer webinars. I help you with it. Don't worry. You may start doing them at your own after you want. But the first two, we do it together. It may not be, maybe it'd be somebody else, another coach. But you have someone with you where they do some of the work and you learn. We've done this before. You haven't. We're going to teach you. Some of you may pick it up quick and you'll be doing stuff. We may ask you to be other coaches and we'll pay you for that too. Okay. So but let's just stick to the basics, the bare minimum here. Okay. So that's what your responsibility is. And to give 9 to 12 interview preps per year. Okay, so that's one a month, maybe. One a month, maybe. And those are only 20 minutes. So you're looking here, 20 minutes, 3 hours in the course of a year. So if you look at the total time of your investment in the course of a year, it would be $20 for 20 hours, which is roughly $300 an hour. Okay, this is not a get rich quick scheme. I want you to, this is something that's slowly building. Hey, $6,000 a year, $6,000 a year. But that's just with the first group. What happens if we then will continue to supply you with new candidates? The neat thing is these recordings that you've done, these webinars that you've done, is we can actually redo them over and over again. So you're not even putting as much time as these new people come in because it's basically the same thing from 1 month to the next. Does that make sense? So you do it one time. Now the new people come on the next one. They just go to the first webinar. So you don't have to do it again. Does that make sense? You got it? Now you will update them because you'll realize these are your coaches. These are your coaching clients. So that we give it to you. We paid for them. We got them for you. We give them to you. They're yours. If you quit, take them with you. They're yours. That's how cool this is. So you can also mentor small groups, and this is what happens after a year or so. And this is how we know it works. All of a sudden, you're going to get small groups, and now for another hour per month, you're making $400 just for that 1 hour on top of what you made. So in the course of the year, you're now up to $10,800 in the course of a year. Total investment of 32 hours, you're making around $337 an hour. Okay. If you wanted to, as we grow, you could sign up to do more. You could do up to 8 mastermind groups. That's what we call them, like a mastermind program, mastermind groups. And you could do, that would give you 44,000, and your total time would be 108 hours, roughly $411 per hour you'd be making. That's something you could do part-time, 108 hours. That's 2 hours a month, or 2 hours a week. For an extra $44,000. That's kind of cool. But remember, what we try to teach is, coaches. Everybody gets coaches, and this is what happens. That's why people do this. What's going to happen through the years? You're going to keep your coaching. What's going to happen? Your coaching business grows. It keeps growing because you keep learning. Your coaching clients grow too. Your coaching clients are now becoming replacements or placements that you can place people and actually get a fee for. This is the cool part about this. This is farming. And your coaching clients are now becoming client companies. Someone goes up, he's hiring now. But now think about this. These people have been paying you and seeking your advice for years. Now they're in a position to hire someone. And they're going to you. Who do you think they're going to trust to fill their position? You or some other headhunter? Exactly. Exactly. This is where it gets kind of fun. Your coaching clients become your clients. Now, this is what happened. Oops, sorry. This is the wrong thing here. But that's just what some people have said. We started this thing called Career Professor, and it worked. These are actual clients. On the last, we closed it back in 2015, but these people became successful. We know what we're doing works, and it fell apart. And we didn't know why. Like these, we started losing. So what happened to this? We had this thing called the Career Professor. It was working. When people came to the monthly webinars, the ones that you're going to be doing, we used a different service now. This service is much better. They came and they renewed their contracts and they grew. They liked it. They did well. All of a sudden, people stopped coming and they stopped opening up our email news. And we didn't know why. We couldn't figure out why. Well, we know why. But then came texting. Texting works. Texting makes a difference. Why? Because when you text something about your job or careers, 99% of those text messages are read within 60 seconds. So that's what I said, okay, we could build this up again, but we got to have a texting program, okay? And this is what we found. You go online right now and look all over. The thing that I hated about all of these things is, see here, let me get my little laser pointer here. See this here? $25 per keyword a month. It gave you 3, but as a recruiter, I said, remember, we're going to have like a bunch of different keywords for different jobs. This would cost us, to just have 12 keywords would be $349 a month for only 3,000 messages. So it was expensive, and I did all the research for it. I came across a company that I really liked simply for one reason. They have, excuse me, they have unlimited locations, keywords, and subscribers. Okay, now, the monthly fee of $2.99, that's a lot for, give you 5,000 messages, that's pretty good. And this registration fee kind of stunk too. So I looked at it, and we had some conversations. Bottom line, I did my research on them. SenText works. They have an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. They have a 98% renewal rate. Been in business for 7 years. Now, I did go down for them. I did find some complaints about it, but most of them about the sales aspects. Once you're sold into them, everybody loved them. And then, they got great testimonies. I'm showing you this because this is a little tiny company that's using text message, and they make a profit. They've been doing it for years. And we have big companies do it. Like, these are franchises do. So if you own a franchise you can still do these things because it's your own marketing. Okay? So I told you we looked at these. This is a great thing. They have all different types of programs for people like this, but it was expensive, So we made a contract. We signed a deal with SenText. We're all done. They're up in Connecticut. We're down in Jersey. And this is what we do. So now, instead of a 12-month contract, you have a 6-month contract. And in that 6-month contract, we're giving you month 4, 5, and 6. You don't pay for it. You're done paying for them. You don't pay for anything for them. Okay? And then your monthly service fee for these 5,000 messages, it's not $2.99, it's $129. Now, you saw those prices of those other services. This is a great deal. This is a no-brainer in itself to just try this. Hey, let's just see if this works. You're going to give me it cost me a couple less than $100 a month just to test this out. Okay, so the registration fee we got from $5.99 to $2.49. So I'm happy with this. This is a good deal. This is realistically. So think about this. You're going to spend $129 a month, and you have the opportunity, and you're going to use this for recruiting and coaching and building your head farming. Okay, all for just $129 a month. That's not all. That's not all, because we want you to be successful. Okay, so we're giving you monthly coaching on how to use these text things, and not just texting to recruit. We're going to give you monthly coaching from some of the best. You may be one of the people who start coaching our recruiters, and you get this all included. You don't pay anything else for this. Again, think about this. There's a company called Vistage where people like you and I pay $600 to $900 a month to do the same type of thing. Just to talk about their industry and get advice from other people in our industry. We include that with this. Does that make sense? That's a good deal, correct? Well, let's just talk about it a little bit further. So here we have a 6-month SenText JRC pilot. Okay, When we meet, what we do is we fill out the SenText paperwork, and I hope we're going to meet sometime next week or tomorrow. um, I leave you with a post-dated check 150 days from the start date in the amount of $500 from when you sign. So let's just say we did it on the 1st of February. Well, it's not. Let's just say the 15th of January. It's easy. That's the best way to do it. 15th of January. So then I go back. February, March, April, May, June. I have until the 15th of June, 5 months. Okay. And then I get I'm done and I get a check for $500 no matter what. Now, during the 5 months, we're going to share with you some of the things that's happening with our coaching launch. Okay, we're going to be conducting training sessions on helping you become a recruiter, teaching you how to use text messaging, and how to, if you're interested, we're going to teach you about how to become a coach. The reasons I'm looking at the 25-mile radius for these 25 people is because we may be meeting a few times to talk about this. Okay, we will teach you how to use texting to recruit. We will help show you and help you get the service for free. I'll talk about that in a second. And within the first stage, we'll be sharing our coaching agreement and marketing plan with you. Now let's talk about how you get this. We haven't even touched that. SenText has a thing that they help you get. We'll help you do this because you're in New Jersey. Think about this. You know people, and people buy from people they know more than they do salespeople. And you'll be helping your friends who own a business. You've been to restaurants where the owners probably know you, and that's the best way. Because here's what we do: this is what SenText provides. For the first referral, you get 25% off. Second referral, you get 50%. After your fourth, you don't have to pay anything. You keep getting all the stuff that we're giving you, but you're not paying anything. That's kind of cool. Now, is this an intelligent business decision? Should you risk $136 for a 6-month pilot? Let me ask you, what's the worst case scenario? You lose and you decide that texting and coaching is not for you. You're out $136. You move on, that's it. But what if I'm just a little bit right? Think about that. What happens if this texting to recruit actually helps you recruiting? You get to people faster, more people are going to you because you're fast and quick. What if it really does help? What happens if you start getting this thing for free? Like you get 1 or 2 people, you half price. Whoops, if I'm right about this, and now it's helping you as well. But what about if this coaching helps you become a better recruiter? I mean, business owners are paying $900 a month for services like this. Why do they pay this money? Because it helps them become better at what they do. Right? And what happens if this career coaching and hedge farming opportunity really works out? So what should you do now? Text me your name right now. Seriously, text me your name right now, 908-246-2765, and I will call you to set up a time to meet. I'll bring the agreements, or you can download them to Texting to Recruit, start filling things out right away, and I'll bring a check for $500. At the end of the 5 months, you have several options, right? 1, quit everything, cash a check. You're out, you got your check, $500, you cash that. We say goodbye, wish each other well. You learn that this is not for you, and you go on. Right? That's one thing. 2, I don't want to do this coaching thing. The texting thing I love, but I don't need 5,000. I don't need like maybe 500 or 1,000. Great. We'll just switch you to a lower cap. You do your texting. Have a great life. Good luck with that. We wish you well. You got a great deal. You might be getting it for free anyway. Or 3, we continue with our partnership. We will, within the 5 months, we will share everything, any legal documents that we would want, how it all works, showing you how that if you quit at any time, you get to take those people's names and phone numbers with you. They're yours. That's one of the reasons we did it, because you're paying for this service, so you're entitled to own them. Yes, we got them. We own them too, but we're giving them to you. We're sharing with you, and we're going to pay you to coach them. So it's a pretty cool opportunity. All right. Please, I think this is a no-brainer. I would love to get 25 of you guys real close by so I could visit you and help you. And if you have any questions, we can go meet for lunch or something like that. Text me your names, because the only reason I tell you to text me, this is my phone number, is I get the same stupid robocalls that you guys get. Text me so I know who it is when you call. And I'll talk to you sometime next week. Thank you so much, and I really look forward to meeting you, and I think we could have a really, really great future together. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.